What is a small psychological trick that you use to your advantage in everyday life? If you whisper to a crying toddler, they'll quiet down to hear what you're saying. If you make your words almost imperceptible, they will really quiet down. And if you mumble and throw in some words like ice cream or their favorite TV show, it works even better. The power of might as well. It's particularly useful if you're depressed and don't have a lot of energy to do things. So for example, if I get up to put food in the microwave, I'm going to be standing in my kitchen for exactly 1.5 minutes. Might as well put dishes away while I wait. If I've gotten up to grab my phone from the other room, I might as well take this garbage with me and put it in the trash can, instead of letting it pile up. I've just gotten home and am changing out of work clothes and into pajamas. I'm already standing in my closet. The pull-up bar is right there in the doorway. Might as well do 1 or 2 pull-ups. I even throw in a couple squats while I wait for the shower to warm up. Assume stupidity instead of malice. There are a lot more stupid people than evil ones. And we all do stupid things now and then. It helps empathizing with people who did something you don't appreciate. I listen more than I talk. This won't be applicable to everyone, but as a sysadmin I've learned years ago that for career advancement it's much better to be visible to the rest of the company than 100% on top of things and mostly invisible. I will occasionally let something go wrong that I could have prevented because I knew it was coming, and have the fix ready immediately. You look like a hero for fixing things so quickly and management loves you. You have to space it out though. You don't want things going wrong so regularly that they start to question why things break. But you also don't want things never going wrong so they wonder why they even have you in the budget. Silence. Silence is easily the most powerful tool in conversation. Don't like what someone just said? Go silent and they'll backpedal. Want someone to elaborate when they might be reluctant? Just wait silently. They'll do it. Stay silent during a negotiation and they'll fight against themselves for you. When I can sense my thoughts turning dark, I start singing to myself. It's basically distraction and does help when I can catch things early enough. Taking a late lunch at work. I find that if I wait and take my lunch break closer to the end of my shift, around 2 p.m., it makes the days feel shorter, more bearable. IDKY. It just always felt awful taking it in the middle of my shift and having a whole other half to go after I finished lunch. Neuroplasticity. The ability to literally change your brain by what you think about. I used to be constantly negative, and it turns out negative thinking eventually becomes habitual. It changes the connections in your brain. It all starts with the brain. It all starts with how you think. You can form new and healthy pathways in the brain if you can change how you think. I have a tendency to overeat. To combat this, I do 2 things that help. I use smaller plates for meals, and when I'm out I tell myself that if I'm still hungry after the main dish I'm ordering, I'll get that appetizer that sounds so delicious. When I talk to people, I smile. Use eye contact while they speak and say please and thank you. It tricks people into thinking I'm not an asshole. Edit. I say this tongue-in-cheek. Treating people with respect and being kind is the most advantageous thing a person can do for themselves. It isn't some kind of psychological trick used to deceive. Being nice really does make life better. I had to get a cortisone shot in my shoulder. I needed it immediately as I was in a lot of pain. Went to the doctor, was cranky and told me I should have made a doctor's APPT. I told him I tried, but my appointment was too far away and I was in pain now. He told me I should have gone to walk-in clinic. I told him they told me to go to He huffed and puffed. He was overworked and tired and annoyed. I apologized for not knowing any other options. He grumbled. He gave me my shot. I thanked him. Then I said, my grandmother would have said, today you got another jewel in your crown. Finally, he softened, smiled, even laughed a bit. Then he sympathized with my situation and said he was sorry I was given the runaround. I could have gotten mad, used an angry voice, sounded stern or defensive. But instead, I was nice. Just nice. And it made the whole situation so much better. By the way, my shoulder feels much better. Taking recommendations. If someone recommends a movie or a restaurant, I make an effort to try it out. If you like a movie or food someone recommends, it's a sweet compliment for them. 90% of the time I use my customer service voice instead of my normal voice. People just treat you better when you're cheery and upbeat. I also think it kinda makes me more cheery and upbeat. The physical act of smiling has been shown to improve your mood. So I'll often smile or even chuckle to myself over nothing. And I always smile at everyone I meet, as much for my own sake as for theirs. When dealing with customers, I do a lot of positive language. It's never, sorry for your wait, more, thank you for your patience. I am pretty good with customer service. Often have my name mentioned positively in Google reviews. And my boss points me out to the new guy as the one we need to be like, for customer service. I guess I would call it using inertia. It's a million times easier to keep doing something once you have started. So if I don't feel like working out, I tell myself I'll just do a short workout. Or if the dishes need to be done, I'll tell myself to do one. More often than not, once I start doing something, my brain stops fighting so much against it. The important thing though is to let yourself only do the short workout or that one dish if you start and still are fighting yourself. Otherwise you just don't start in the first place because you know you are really talking about doing the whole thing. I think people often underestimate just how effective staying silent and backing away from conflict can be. You don't always have to fight. Sometimes the much better option is to slip out the back door and regroup. Remind myself life is short and 99% of everything around me doesn't matter. Mindfulness. I appreciate every second as the seconds come. I have bad anxiety and have really had to learn how to not ruminate on the past or what the future holds, especially when it comes to health issues. Mixed in with exercise, and it has greatly improved my life. But yes, medicine is still necessary at times.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.